My name is Cengiz. I'm a documentary photographer and I've been working in Iraq since 2014. Over the past year, I've been partnering with UNMAS to document their clearance operations across Iraq in the wake of ISIS's defeat by the Iraqi military and US-backed coalition. The battle against ISIS left unexploded ordnance scattered across the country in major cities like MOSUL and Tikrit and FALLUJAH. UNMAS is going into those areas to clear schools, power plants, water treatment centers, and homes so people can return after the fighting is finished. I spent months with their team working in the field, documenting local clearance teams that are going through those areas to actually pull the mines out, as well as people that were affected by the mines. The first place this exhibit was shown was under the Brooklyn Bridge in New York at Photoville. It was in a location where thousands of people were walking by it every day and getting to experience parts of these stories and parts of the story of Iraq. Just because the battle against ISIS is finished in many parts of Iraq doesn't mean the risks of that war have diminished. So you have images like this first man walking through the old city of Mosul, and it's his job to find the contamination, to find the suicide belts, to find the IEDs and the C4 that have been left behind and clear it so that people can go back and they can start rebuilding. And it also shows some of the mortars and the bombs that have been found, how many there are. It shows how extensive this damage really was. The second part of the exhibit kind of goes into some of the people that were affected by this. So you have Hiba and her son, Hussein. Hussein was torn apart after his cousin stepped on an IED while they were walking home from school. Can you imagine? You can't send your son to school because he might step on something. And there's so many other people who live with that reality every day because there's such intense contamination that is left over as a result of this war and the previous wars. The exhibit then continues into some of the rebuilding. You have structures like the Iron Bridge in Fallujah that was only just recently cleared of IEDs by UNMAS contractors. And now that bridge, which is in the center of the city, is being reconstructed, and people are able to move from a maternity ward on one side of the city to the hospital on the other side. And that's something that would have never been able to happen had the clearance operations not taken place. And then the exhibit goes into the future of Iraq. Like this photo of the young boys playing in the water. I mean, this area was being fought over just a few weeks prior to me taking this picture. I was a few blocks away watching this area get bombed and mortared, and then being able to walk back through that area. I followed these boys to this area under the bridge while they were playing, and just to see them enjoying life again was probably one of the most beautiful moments I'd ever seen. You have the kids that are getting educated by rich education specialists that are trained through UNMAS so they can be aware of the mines, so they can be aware of the mortars, the suicide belts, the IEDs that they might see on the side of the road. And now only because the clearance operations have gone on do parents feel safe for their kids to even walk from their houses to the school. And the photo exhibit really ends, for me at least, with a sense of hope of a young boy untethering a flag in a school that was recently opened. And he's unraveling that Iraqi flag as his classmates and his teachers look on in a sense of rebuilding and reconstruction and hope for the future. With this exhibit being showcased in cities around the world, I really hope that some viewers take away the sense of hope and resilience of the Iraqi community. And I hope that they understand the great risks and struggles and resilience and so many of the other complications that come with warfare, and that everybody deserves to live in a safe home.